Hey everyone, it's Aubrey, recovering perfectionist, queen of distraction / gardener. Welcome back for another weekly garden tour. Today's garden tour is going to be pretty short and sweet. The last week has been extremely hectic. I have done pretty much absolutely nothing in here, so we're just going to peruse through the garden really quick and just take a peek at what is happening right now. Really, the only big thing to report is on Saturday evening we had a huge rain storm, like torrential rain and thunder and lightning, and it was absolutely amazing to get the amount of rain that we did, because that means that I did not have to water at all the other day, and just everything in the yard got a really wonderful drink of water. You'll notice as we go through the garden and the yard, there are a lot of things that are just kind of like on their side. There was a ton of wind. All of the mullein that I had pulled off of the plant last week that I've been drying over the course of the last few days, I had left on the back porch when we went to my aunt's for dinner, and that's when all of this happened. So by the time I came home, all of my mullein that was almost completely dried was just soaked and damaged and just strewn all over the backyard. So that's what happened there. But overall, everything else is doing absolutely fine. There's a few new blooms that I want to show you, so let's get started. Thank you, Alec. Alrighty, so first things first, let's just start in green bean land. This side, I still haven't had a chance to clear out the brassicas over there to give these guys a little bit more light, but there is a ton of full-grown green beans that are coming in. Jackson picked the first one yesterday and had that as a little snack, but I think that we're finally getting to the point where we'll actually be able to pick enough for us to just have a small green bean side for dinner one night. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then carrots still doing wonderful, and I'm still waiting on this thing to completely go to seed so I can make sure to store those for next year. Our lettuce is definitely one of the things that has kind of gone to the side a little bit after all the rain and wind that we had. And this is all finally starting to flower like little dandelions. And then just over here, kale, broccoli, cauliflower, whatever it is, and nasturtiums. Alec and I accidentally let the chickens out today, so I'm kind of guarding the garden right now, protecting it from those wee monsters, but they are doing some cleanup. We had a big family barbecue yesterday, so they're cleaning up everything that got left behind, which I, of course, appreciate their assistance. I'm still waiting to see some kind of gourd life on here. I'm sure it's probably just small and hidden in there, but still a ton of cherry tomatoes. I'm just waiting for those to actually ripen. And then just the myriad of basil, peas, pumpkins, basil, more basil, and carrots and squash and what have you. And down here, more squash, that little patty pan. Anything in there? Hello, anybody home? Doesn't look like it. My squash is just really not overproducing this year like it normally does. I don't know what's going on there. And then over here in the tomato bed, I'm still only seeing, oh, just kidding. There's another little buddy, just, it's on the same plant though. Oh, just kidding. There's something back there. Do I see you? Yep. I'm trying to zoom in. There you are. I was kind of worried that we weren't going to be having tomatoes, but we are having green beans. That was fun. Still need to give this to the chickens. I'll probably pull that out today. Cabbage still looking amazing. I wasn't quite sure about this one and that one for a while, but it looks like we're gonna have some more, and then maybe this one and this buddy might catch up. And there's a little bit more cherry tomato life and just beautiful nasturtiums down here. Let's go out and we'll do the perimeter, and then I think we'll wrap things up, and I'll just give you a rough rundown of what has been going on in other places in the yard. There's really not a ton to report over here. I do need to harvest that giant zucchini. Big. If I didn't do it then, I probably wasn't going to do it for at least another couple days. And I'm sure the fact that I haven't picked that has a lot to do with why other fruit hasn't been producing. So that's my fault. And then just all the beautiful snapdragons and zinnias. And I'm not seeing any sign of fruit on the melon plants my mom gave me. Summer isn't over yet, even though it kind of feels like it is. I mean, look at me, I'm in a hoodie and jeans. Okay. Are you ready for it? They're blooming. Oh, I'm so excited. I just love that. I wish there was 3, but I accidentally killed one. I love that. I'm definitely saving those sunflower seeds this year. when I imagine planting sunflowers, like these are the kind of sunflowers that I want. I want it to be some kind of Olympic feat for me to actually cut them down. And when I plant sunflowers in front of Jackson's window, like that's kind of what I want. I want them to be tall so he sees them like in his window, but they always end up being really short and like not even reaching the bottom of his window, and it's not tall. Like we have lower windows. Oh, my chamomile got pretty beat up. I mean, it's still in decent, good condition, I'd say, but it's really down there. Okay, let's see. We're just going to sit and chat real quick about the things. Let's see. One of the under window flower beds, I pulled out all of the larkspur and just did a ton of weeding and thinning. There was like a million daisy plants that I pulled up. I don't mind daisies, but I don't need that many. So that bed is looking a little bare. My mom pruned my lilac for me. And then the 4 o'clock bush that I have planted over there is starting to bloom. And I just love those little flowers. And then the other bed, also bare, but the calendula is doing well and the echinacea is blooming and beautiful. I've been bringing that in the house every once in a while. And then there's really not a ton to report in pumpkin land. Really the only growth that has happened pumpkin wise is on the pumpkin that's supposed to be the big pumpkin, and it's actually grown quite a bit since last week. And then our zinnias are doing wonderful. Alec and I picked just the most beautiful little bouquet for the house, and then even since we picked those I think 5 days ago, just a ton are opening, and I'm so excited to really see those in all their glory over the course of the next few weeks. And I think that is all. I think that's all for today's garden tour. Just short and sweet. Our bean teepee did blow over, but I got that back in place and everything is going to be fine. So that's it. Thank you for tagging along with me for this short and sweet garden tour. I will see you next week. As always, I love you. Have fun and be kind.